Hey guys, what's up? Prince Sports here. I wanted to talk to you about this little rumor that's going around. I just read the article. The Knicks could land Joel Embiid, okay? Now, when you think of big men, especially for the New York Knicks, if you grew up in the 90s, you thought of Patrick Ewing, so it's been a while since the Knicks had a big, dominant, big guy. And, I mean, if you get Joel Embiid, that's the perfect player to fit that bill to become like the next big guy to rep in the New York Knicks. Now, keep in mind, Philadelphia 76ers is in a bit of disarray. Okay, they're going to make changes to coaches. They're looking to trade either Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. Because for the simple fact, they don't think those two guys work together in Philadelphia. Okay, so they want to get rid of one. And most likely, they're going to keep the young perimeter guy. So why not trade Joel Embiid? A lot of suitors, okay? So according to this article, the Knicks would get Joel Embiid, of course, and the 76ers would get R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, Ty Gibson, and a number 8 draft pick. Now, that's a lot to give up for Joel Embiid, but look at it like this. The biggest loss you would be taking is R.J. Barrett because he has some upside. But if you get an all-star in return for Joel Embiid, then you can replace the rest of those role players. You have to do a lot of good. You have to bring a new GM in and let them pick some good players that complement Joel Embiid. Now, put it this way. Just imagine if the Knicks could get their hands on not just Joel Embiid from a trade, but they could get Brandon Ingram via free agency because he's a free agent. So if they put up that money and Brandon Ingram comes to New York Knicks, he'll be a perfect fit with Joel Embiid. Okay, if you could get those two guys for the Knicks, I think now you're talking. Now you're talking about basically a team that will have 2 all-stars, and all you would need around them is basic role players. Some 3-and-D guys, some shooters. That'll work just fine for the Knicks. But now, this is a rumor because the Knicks been shopping around. Okay, they're trying to make an offer for Russell Westbrook. They're trying to make, as you can see right here, they're trying to make an offer for Joel Embiid. So they're going to be shopping all through the offseason looking for pieces. They want pieces. They want to keep up with the Brooklyn Nets. They want to make a change in New York. But the thing about the Knicks, man, a lot of players just don't want to go there. I mean, KD said he didn't want to go to the Knicks because he didn't want to be looked upon as the savior of New York. I heard that and I thought that was a load of crock. I was like, that's the most stupidest excuse I have ever heard a player say, why he don't want to go to a team. But Joel Embiid on the Knicks is more better than Russell Westbrook on the Knicks. Just for the simple fact that you would have all of the Knicks, the New York, for your playground, dog. You'd be the number 1 option on the team. And then you guys can just go out and get some good perimeter players to match up with Joel Embiid. But you got to have a scoring 3 or a scoring 2 to match up with Joel Embiid. Since Ben Simmons is not much of a scorer, he's more of a passer and he's reluctant to shoot. You need another lights-out scorer for Joel Embiid. Same way you think of Shaq and Kobe, think of Joel Embiid and another scorer. So Joel Embiid and an ISO scorer like Brandon Ingram would be perfect for the Knicks. If you're the Knicks, since you're shopping around and you're making these offers to these teams, make an offer to the 76ers. Get Joel Embiid, all right? Then after that, try your best to put that money up for Brandon Ingram. From there, go and get yourself a decent point guard. A pass-first point guard. There's rumors that the Pelicans want Lonzo Ball going. So maybe you could get Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Joel Embiid on the Knicks. But Joel Embiid on the Knicks is definitely a winner. That's definitely something I'd be rooting for him to get. And I think it'd be a fresh start for his career. So basically, the Knicks could use Joel Embiid. They actually need a player like Joel Embiid. So make that happen, man. And if you could find a way, because there's been a lot of rumors with trying to land Chris Paul for the Knicks. So you could get Chris Paul and Joel Embiid on the same team. Find a way to make that happen. But if you trade for Joel Embiid, you don't got no more trade options to get Chris Paul. So that may hinder your chances of getting Chris Paul. But Joel Embiid on the Knicks, man. I know you guys may like that option. So don't tell me you don't like Joel Embiid on the Knicks, because he fits the bill. He's a perfect player for the Knicks. You know, I think he fits the bill good. Yeah, and besides the crying stuff, New Yorkers, we don't like that crying attitude that he has, though. But he's going to have to shape that up and just be more tough-minded. You want to play on the Knicks. Be a little more tough-minded, because the media in New York is tough. But Prince Sports is out. Peace.